Alright, the formal definition of a limit is limit as x approaches c, which c is a constant, equals L, or what represents a finite number. Now, we'll show you some examples. Now, this is read limit as x approaches 5 of x cubed plus x squared plus x plus 1 equals some finite number. Now, for this equation, and for this instance, we can use direct substitution, which means we can directly substitute 5 into the x values, and there won't be a fallacy in the equation. So if I do that, I'm going to have 5 cubed, which is 125, plus x squared, or plus 5 squared, which is 25, plus 5, plus 1. Now 125 plus 25 plus 6, that'd be 156. So the limit as x approaches 5 is 156. Now this equation is, or this limit is read limit as x approaches 2 of x squared minus 4 over x minus 2. Now we cannot use direct substitution, because if we use direct substitution, the equation has a fallacy, which the equation would, the denominator would equal 0, and that would be undefined, so you can't do that. So we're going to do something to make this denominator disappear. So if you look in the top, that's the difference of perfect squares, so we can factor that out, which would be x minus 2, x plus 2, and oh, looky there. Looks like x minus 2 is in the bottom too, so those can cancel. So there's going to be a whole at x equals 2. And so you'd write, now you can substitute in 2 for x plus 2, and that'd be 2 plus 2, which equals 4. So limit as x approaches 2, f of x equals 4.
Also, we can use our limits with our trig identities and our trig functions. In this problem, limit as x approaches pi, sine over x divided by 6, is you can use direct substitution in this one. So you got sine, plug the pi in, sine pi 6 equals 1/2. So limit as x approaches pi, f of x equals 1/2.
Now we're going to show you the informal definition of a limit using basketball. JG has the ball. The ball represents the x values, and the whole backboard, including the rim and the hoop, are a section of a graph. Now, the actual hoop represents a hole in the graph. And now we're going to watch JG show us how to demonstrate the informal definition of a limit using basketball. Okay.
Ball can be as close to the rim, but it just can't go in. The ball just gets as close as it wants, but how close?
Sometimes you can have a limit where you can use direct substitution, and it can equal this bucket right here. So JG, show us what we're talking about.